We're live. Good morning. What's up, ass clowns? J-Dog here, with another CarCast selfie stick video blog. Which, if you're watching this anywhere else, I've got a bunch of them on jrdogcomedy.com and a lot of my other stuff that I've done before. Blah, 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 blah. On my way to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin for a show tonight at Ziggy's Pub. This is the second in a 6-part series for the Grassroots Comedy Tour. Last night had a show in Grafton, Wisconsin at Martini Pete's. Holy shit, it was a good time. I did not know what to expect. I'd never been there before, but they really knew how to party. They had a lot of fun. It was a good, fun crowd. There wasn't really too many crazy hecklers, nothing along those lines at all. It was just a lot of fun. And ran into some friends of mine who had seen me at a show in Mequon, Wisconsin. Mequon? Is that? I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to fucking say these towns. Mequon? I still don't know. I've heard it like 17 different ways. I still don't know. Mequon? Anyway, they came out to the show. We went back over to Smitty's on the Edge afterwards to continue the after party. And I just feel really blessed and fortunate to have friends all over the country like that. It's way, I think it's way, I like it. It's what I would prefer. Friendships like that all over the country. People who take me into their homes. They give me a place to stay sometimes. Smitty from the bar, he had booked me there for a show in October. And, you know, we closed the place down, gave me a place to crash. Anytime I'm coming through, the guy opens up his home to me. I'm very grateful and feel very fortunate to have that kind of network of friends all across the country that open up their homes. They cook me food, they bring me gifts, they buy me drinks at the show. I'd rather have a network, a small network like that, as opposed to a million superficial fans. I really would. It's so very cool, and I meet new people every week. Last week we were in Springfield, Illinois. Then we had an event up in Jefferson City, and afterwards hung out with a guy that brews his own wine and partied with him until like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. And they're new friends, you know, so we're always meeting new friends and hanging out with new people, and that's one of the things that I think is the coolest about being a road comic. I don't know, just thought I'd mention that. Just thought I'd share that. Just thought you might be interested in hearing the positive side of being a road comic, as opposed to the bitter old cranky shit, complaining about broken down cars and bookers who don't recognize your talent, man. Speaking of broken down cars, my van has a windshield wiper that needs replaced, a back latch that needs fixed. It's got a power steering belt that squeals like a fucking tortured chipmunk. It's ridiculous. You don't hear it right now because it's warmed up, but when it's cold, it's ridiculous. So I've got so much to get fixed on this ride. And it just turned over 300,000 miles. So I want to pull over to a place and like shoot off some fireworks or something. Maybe I'll do that in the next video. I've got some fireworks that I bought. Where are those at? I'm going to shoot these babies off to celebrate 300,000 miles on my Toyota Sienna minivan. The J-Dog one-man tour bus. The J-Dog tour-mobile. Doobie-mobile. Now, the Doobie-mobile got retired in the Demolition Derby. You should check that video out on YouTube. J-Dog's Doobie-mobile for Redneck Fest 2009, I think it was. A long fucking time ago. 7 goddamn years ago. Anyway, See, those are other cool people that I met on the road, just randomly, by chance, or at a show, dug my style of comedy. And I prefer doing those types of gigs where I can just be completely and openly and honest with myself. It doesn't even matter if I cut out the cursing. People are still offended by your point of view or the subject matter that you talk about. Like they were at that corporate gig. You know, I cut out the cursing. It's just there, you know. What else is there to do? Make up something? Then that's just like me being a character. I can't really do that. It's hard to do that. It's hard enough to do that when I do that, playing a cowboy and a fucking comedy pirate in the summertime. I can't do it. The character of Fear Dog. It's just not going to make any sense. So I like going to places that get who I am and what I'm all about. And then you get to have cool experiences. You get to meet new and interesting and fun, exciting people who, I don't know, being in the Demolition Derby, dream come true, giant 4-foot joint on the top of the car. That was a lot of fucking fun. A lot of fucking fun. Crossed that off the bucket list, and that only came about by doing stand-up comedy, which is an open form of expression in a positive way that gets people laughing. And who can have a fucking problem with that? How can you ever be offended by comedy? Really, I've never understood that. Never. What I also don't understand is why this fucking selfie stick won't stand up right. Got Facebook messages coming in. Just trying to get to my gig tonight at Ziggy's. I've also got the Capital City Bar and Grill next week with Katrina Brown. God damn, that's another fun show, man. The He Said, She Said show with Katrina. I don't know, what else? 7 minutes will be going by and I'm yakking it up. Just thought I'd check in, spread the news, spread the love. Thank you again to Smitty. Thank you again to Pete and everybody at Martini Pete's and all my friends in Mequon and Wisconsin, and the new friends that I'm going to meet tonight in Fond du Lac. You know, I'm going to get to Fond du Lac. I'm going to pull over. I got a little bit of business to take care of, a few phone calls to make. Then I'm going to do a 2-hour hike. Probably going to be about 8 to 10 miles, hopefully. Then I'm going to do, you know, maybe come up with some ideas, do some writing. Then I'm going to do the show. And that's going to be my day. And that's going to be it. You know, go to jaredallcomedy.com. Come see a show coming up soon. The He Said, She Said show with Katrina is a really fucking good one. The Dirty Jokes and Magic Trick show is a really fucking good one. What do people expect when they book a show called Dirty Jokes and Magic Tricks? What do they expect that they're gonna get? Like, that is, well, I mean, they said in the survey, Dirty Jokes is right. It's a rated R show. Even if I cut out cursing. I don't understand why people are offended by cursing anyway. It's just 4 random letters put together to make a random sound. Sometimes you use it to bridge a thought, you know? I don't understand what there is to not fucking understand about that. Sometimes it just, you know, it makes your language more colorful. It just happens to be the best word or fit the timing. And sometimes, admittedly, I'll go back and watch the tape and I realize that a lot of times I just dropped the F-bomb in there because I needed something to fill a little gap in my mind while I completed a thought to come up with a funny thing. The bit just isn't fully polished yet. And so that's why I'll put the F word in there. A lot of times that cursing can be taken out. But what can't be taken out and what can't be changed is my point of view. So even when I take out the cursing, a lot of times people are still offended by your attitude, your point of view, the subject matter, things along these lines. I can't guess that. I can just talk openly and honestly about my life. That's all I can do. I think that's what makes the best comedy. That's what makes the best comedians. And if people don't like that, then go fuck themselves. But we had a lot of fun that night in Springfield, and I thought the crowd did too. They seemed to love me. I said fuck once, I said goddamn once, I think I said cock blocker. And if that, you know, I think we still got an 8 out of 10. They still seem to really like the show. But I do think that places like Martini Pete's, Smitty's, the small town nightclubs, tavern, neighborhood bars that seat 100 people, 50 people even, little 50-seater, you can get a full house, you can talk about whatever you want, you have a good time, it pays pretty good, really, in comparison to a lot of gigs out there, like at comedy clubs and shit, that what they're offering these days. It's called the Dirty Jokes and Manny Trick Show for a fucking reason. Because we want it to be unfiltered, uncensored, no holds barred. We want it to attract the type of audience that likes that type of show. Same with the He Said, She Said comedy show. It's unfiltered, raw, honest look at life and relationships from the female and male points of view. It's a perfect date night show. It's a girls' night show. Bring out the ladies. And it's ladies' night tonight at the Capital City Bar and Grill. The He Said, She Said comedy show with Katrina and Chernow. Anyway, I get weird when I'm on the road. Just thought you might like to spend a few minutes with me on my way to Ziggy's Pub tonight for the show. I'll report back later with how that went. I'm sure I'll meet new people and have a good time. It sounds like they have a lot of fun there. It's part 2 at the Grassroots Comedy Tour. Last month they had Mike Marvell, the Couch Commander. He's hilarious. Everywhere he goes, they fucking love that guy. And then tonight's the second in the full series of 6. Coming up with a lot more funny headliners at Ziggy's Pub in Fond du Lac. So I'm gonna go do my 2-mile hike. I'm gonna do some writing. I'm gonna go do that show, and that's it. Check me out on jared.comedy.com. Spread the love. Peace.